I'm a 3D artist, and in this video, I turned 10 basic Minecraft items into the most ridiculously over-engineered versions I could possibly think of, and even showed them to a real mod developer to get his reaction. And we're starting with stone shovel. Wow, great start. It's not really a complicated item, so I decided to keep it simple with a 3D handle, metal grips, a chain, and a slightly more dangerous shovel head. I call it the shovel flail. Real creative name, I know. I think it would work like a normal shovel, but if you hold right click, you start twirling it around like a madman, which is useful because... Next weapon. Hopefully we don't get something stupid again, like a acacia boat. That's so much better. I ended up making a lava boat made out of netherite. It's got the golden propeller, a fully modeled out interior. It's even got a steering wheel. But Daniel, you ask, how is this a weapon? Most boats in real life create a wake behind them. So maybe you could splash lava at stuff? Okay, yeah, it's a bit of a stretch. It turned out decently, but I was really unhappy with the patterns and how simple they were. Minecraft textures usually have a broad color palette, so drawing strips of like 3 colors isn't exactly impressive. So for my next weapon, I wanted to focus on more detail. As long as I don't get something really bad like I don't know. Excuse me? After a 3-hour existential crisis, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Pult. The design is based on an onager catapult, which uses a winch system to introduce tension before releasing the arm into a beam, which transfers the energy to the projectile. Honestly, this already looks way better than my usual pixel art, but to understand why, you also have to understand color palettes. Digital colors have 3 components: hue, saturation, and value. Usually I use monochromatic gradients, but in most pixel art, it's better to have multi-hue palettes instead. We can make these shades of brown more interesting by shifting the darker tones to red. Or in other words, those colors are ugly. I really like how it turned out, but I spent way too long on this, so I gotta pick up the pace for the next one. I have a grand total of 30 minutes, and it's starting now. Wait, what? Mojang ban? What even is that? I might just be losing my mind, but doesn't this look kind of like a chakram? Well, it's not as cool as the Pult. I kept the design of the logo the same and just kind of added a handle. I'm working with scraps here, okay? Moving on. Next, we're doing raw salmon. Honestly, could be worse. Alert. This is a peak warning for my peak sensitive viewers out there. You might want to sit this one out. Salmon on a stick, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. It's got the salmon. It's got the stick. Behold, true great. Okay, it's maybe a little too lazy. It's also not a weapon. You know how you can use a carrot on a stick for riding pigs? Well, you can use the salmon on a stick to ride a bear. Go ahead and take a wild guess where all the effort went on this one. I'm pretty happy with how the textures turned out, but if I'm going to impress the mod developer, I need to take things to the next level. It's not easy trying to turn grass clippings into weapons of mass destruction, and I have to reference a lot of art. Thankfully, this video is sponsored by Displate. They sell these really high quality posters which look great. I'm like scared to mess it up. Oh wait, no I'm not. It's made of metal. As a member of the metal community, I gotta say, this stuff really gets me. Displate offers over 2 million artworks to choose from. That way there's something for everyone. They use this magnet mounting system. That way there's no tools, no holes. Everything you need comes in the box. Yep, I may have improperly aligned the Displate. Good news is it's just magnets, so I can... If you ever want to switch out the design, it couldn't physically be easier. If that's still not insane enough, they have this texture finish for certain posters with 3D contours. It looks insane. There's no way around it. You can use my discount link in the description or code DANIELKRAFT to get the best Displate deal before it's gone. But that's enough of that. Let's get back to the video. What's it gonna be this time? Nether star? Wait, is it broken? That's actually a good one. The first thing I thought of was Terraria's star cannon. It's a cannon that shoots stars. So I'm not sure if this was a good thing or a bad thing. This doesn't even look like Minecraft anymore. But when I finally finished, man, it's not perfect, but if this doesn't impress the mod developer, I don't know what will. For my next weapon, we're starting with chorus fruit. My idea for this one is chorus armor. I imagine it has some sort of dragon's breath attack, and the full set would let you teleport since, you know, the fruit, since that's the whole point of it. I was really trying to make the most of double layers here. All the pieces have multiple parts, and ooh, maybe it can glow a bit. Maybe the more chorus fruit you eat, the brighter it gets. The call with the mod developer was coming up, and some of these are kind of a stretch. So I need to make the last 3 as good as possible. Dried kelp. I was having trouble turning dried kelp into a weapon, but thankfully, I came up with the perfect solution. Nuclear bomb. People have tried adding nuclear bombs to Minecraft before. It's just that, most of them aren't really Minecraft style, but I'm really happy with how this one turned out nonetheless. Oh, but Daniel, where's the kelp? It's not a kelp weapon, Daniel. Oh yeah? Then what's this piece of dried kelp doing duct taped to the bottom of it? Huh? Rabbit stew. Wow, I can think of a million ideas for this one. Throw a couple cubes together and we've got a back-mounted dual tank soup flamethrower. I'm not really sure what I meant by this. Your guess is as good as mine, honestly, with this one. For my last weapon, we're doing the diamond sword. I did actually roll this one randomly, but it's so unbelievable I'm not even gonna try to convince you. Technically, I did redesign this one 2 years ago, but we don't talk about that one. I ended up making this energized diamond sword thing. It's got a really complicated handle, and I did kind of rip off the energy sword from Halo, but it's not exactly the same design. I mean, look at this little cube in the middle. That's not from Halo. It's completely original. I've got like 2 brain cells left, so I'll let you guys figure out the functionality for this one. With that, I wrapped up my final weapon because it was finally time for the mod developer to judge my work. You know how I usually make like 2 weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I made 10 this time.
Oh my god. Yo, some things I like. How menacing and terrifying a shovel blade on the end of a mace is. I love the chain. It definitely makes the vanilla shovel feel very wimpy. It does feel a little weird that the shovel head is flat, but the handle is not. This one is going solid into B tier. Whoa, dude, it's sick. I love the little gold accents, the little velvet on the seats. It looks like a luxury vehicle. The only critique I can say is that the original concept for this one was the acacia boat. I'm not really getting any acacia. I'm gonna have to say that this goes in A tier. I am blown away by this just because of the depth in the colors. The wood just looks so much better than the previous that you've done. It is a little big. That is kind of the trade-off with catapults, is that they're a little bit bigger but a lot stronger. I'm comfortable putting this in A, and I think it goes in front of the boat. I really love the colors on this thing. I love the shape of it. It just looks satisfying to hold. The only criticism that I can really come up with is the tiny little floating piece at the top, and that's just because that's on the Mojang logo. But I'm putting this in S tier. The fact that it's flat on the bottom but curved on the top is just really satisfying to me.
What? What does that mean?
Oh, look at it. Look how cute it is. That's a great evolution of the concept. I love the bear. It's excellent. I think the little tiny salmon is perfect. It looks like it already is in the game. Criticisms, it's maybe a little bit boring. I am gonna have to put the fish on a stick and the accompanying bear in D tier. Yo, dude. Whoa. I'm just very blown away. I don't even know what to say. I love this model. This is one of my favorite things that you've ever made. I love the cleanness. I love the little angles. The only criticisms that I have are that it actually is too cool for Minecraft. I mean, I feel like this is pretty obvious. That's an S tier weapon automatically. I like this one. It feels like it came out of a Draconic Evolution mod. The little details you put in with the multiple layers on the helmet and the ears and all of that, I'm getting the vibe. This has to sit in B tier. Sure, yeah, okay. Reminds me of many mods that I've played. It makes me think of the devastation that I've caused multiple servers, and the fact that there's a little piece of kelp on it is just a chef's kiss on top of it. The only criticism I have, and I feel like this one's pretty obvious, it's a little bit of a stretch. This is in A tier for sure. Soup launcher. Okay. It looks a little bit like a flamethrower. It's a fun concept that I haven't seen. I like the little barrel that you did with the dithering pattern. The only criticism I have is that the tube is not blocky. I think I'm gonna put this one in C tier. I think I actually have some criticism for this one. Isn't this a diamond sword? There's a lot of gold here. Outside of that, it's a little heavy, like weight-wise. I feel like it might be a little too much. I think it goes at the bottom of A tier.
Anything you want to change about the tier list?
No, I feel pretty good about this. Everything from B tier and up, I want in the game. I'm working on a little game called Action Coin Pusher, where you fire coins at little toy statues that come to life. So go check it out.
With that, I successfully impressed the mod developer, but this isn't over until it's S tier across the board. See ya.